Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame again, y'all. I'm that boy, man. I'm that boy, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, man. And we getting ready to do this thing. I want to thank everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody, for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. I'm feeling good because I got a flight out of here in the morning, heading to Philly, man. You know, and it's always good in Philadelphia, PA, the city of brotherly love. You know, getting ready to head home to Lowell, Massachusetts on Sunday as well. Heat wave. NXT is heating up, baby. It's heating up. TNA is heating up. Let me shout out to TNA. Shout out to TNA and what they're doing over there. Big money moves going down over there at TNA, man. But I'm excited, man. I don't know why I get all this energy from, but I feel good. I really do.
You know, TNA, I hear they're circling the media rights. Maybe they got something cooking for themselves. We'll see what kind of comes out of that.
I don't want to say nothing, but when it break, trust me, we're gonna be the first ones. We're gonna be the first one to break it because I got sources in TNA.
Sources?
I got big time sources in TNA, and I'm talking about they start at the top of the food chain. You feel me? So I'm getting all the news, all the dirt. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
We're going to be spilling all the tea right here inside the Hall of Fame. I just want to let everybody know that.
Okay, well, the tea is going to be spilt here inside the Hall of Fame. By the way, speaking of tea, I want to get your reaction to this. I just found out about this app that is now launched that the ladies are using.
Okay.
And I think it's called The Tea.
The Tea.
And what you do is you go on there, you verify yourself, and then you and these other women, it's for women only. Yeah. From my understanding, you go on there and you see if the guy you're talking to in your area is talking to any of these other women. It's like a snitch app for women to find out if the guy is playing the field or not. How do you feel about this?
You know, man, this new style, this new age and everything, where people can, you know, just like myself, Charmel and I, we was at K-Pot last night, and my daughter texted her and said, you know, you didn't ever tell me you was going to K-Pot. She had tracked Charmel's phone. So these days, the world that we're living in today, man, you can't get away with nothing, man. They can put the little tracker on your car. You know what I mean? And
air tags.
Yeah. So it's everything's open season right now, man. You got to be very, very careful. You got to be like James Bond. You got to be very secretive. Everything you do going on in 2025. Seriously.
Yeah, Callie Toenail says he's heard of this app, and you can also talk to their ex on there as well. So you can go find your new guy's ex and be like, "Hey, give me the tea."
That's just way too much information. That's way too much information. I don't even want to know my girl had another guy.
Yeah, for real.
Right?
You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I hear you.
So it might, if I find him, you know, he might be 6'8". You know, so we know what that means. You know, wear a size 16 and a half. You know, so I might drop her, you know, if I find out. So I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know. But see, but look, that's the difference between men and women. Women want to know everything. Men want to know nothing. We don't want to know anything. Don't tell us nothing. I don't care. Don't want to know. You know what I mean? Especially if you're dating a 6'8" baller. I don't want to know that.
You feel me?
Don't want to know.
I'm just saying. So let's keep it copacetic.
Let's keep it copacetic, 100%. Well, you know what? We had a lot going on over the weekend. Obviously, there was AAA, there was UFC, went down. A lot of things going on.
Let's not forget about the masterclass that was given at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena 2-day event at the Walker Texas Lawyer. And I tell you, man, we had a lot of prospects out there. We had about 27 guys and girls showed up for the seminar, and it was a 2-day event, and we had a a blast, as well as we ended it off with a little showcase, and we had probably a couple hundred people there, for the showcase. So it was amazing, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out to our first master class at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. So boom, big ups to everybody who
okay, so walk people through it. Like, what was the 2-day event? What does it all entail for people who might want to do the next one?
Oh man, it entailed a master class as far as promos, as far as insight from a business side. I don't want to give away too many secrets to anybody who may want to come to the next one or anything like that. Myself and Gabe Sapolsky actually was the two at the forefront, but we had trainers in there actually giving lessons for both the days. We actually put together matches. We actually had matches both days, just trying to fine tune these guys. They went through training programs as well as far as regiments. It was amazing. It was something, like I say, for the first time for me, getting a chance to really do from this scale. Now being a part of the WWID program, now being able to really hone in and see who's out there, who perhaps may be the next kid that could step up to the next level and do something. I think we had this kid, Adam Green, and at 19 years old, we actually signed him to the Reality of Wrestling roster because he was such a standout kid, 19 years old. So we can only imagine what we're going to be doing with this kid in the future for Reality of Wrestling. So that's what it's all about. It's all about, there again, seeing who's out there and who's available and who perhaps may be the next superstar for this business.
Well, you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. Gabe Sapolsky, obviously the guy who was kind of behind the WWE ID program for people who do not know. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome that people were able to come out there and do that. And shout out to a new Row roster member. What I was also going to bring up before we buried any more leads over the weekend was A&E did a special on greatest matches in WWE history, and Booker T versus Rey Mysterio was the highlighted match over the weekend. I don't know if you got to see any of the social media clips.
Wait a minute, are you kidding me?
You didn't know this?
No, man, I'm not buried deep into that kind of stuff, man. I don't read my own press clippings or anything like that, but tell me about it.
Well, I mean, so they highlighted the match that you had with Ray as King Booker from the Bash at the Great American Bash, excuse me, when you won the world title, which is a match that I know that you personally love, not just because you won the world title, because that was just a kind of a master class of character, of storytelling, of Romeo and Juliet, Phantom of the Opera. But here, like, why don't we listen to a little bit of what people were saying about the match on the special? Is that cool? Like,
yeah, go right ahead, man.
Let's see if you can hear this. Here we go.
It is a big fight field here tonight in Indianapolis, Indiana. The champion Rey Mysterio and the challenger King Booker. This will be one hell of a matchup.
Working with Rey Mysterio, who I always considered as my favorite wrestler.
I remember going out there with Booker T. The chemistry was just there.
Oh, wow!
To me, the guys that are really great in this business are guys that can do it all. It's what, to me, puts Booker in the top echelon, is his ability to tear it up.
Royal Booking! The Royal Booking! King Booker is world champion. It is the King's time.
That was an incredible match. Wow.
The only king to ever win that World Heavyweight Championship. It meant a lot.
Long live the King!
Wow.
Yeah.
WWE's greatest moments on A&E. So that was Ray and Triple H and yourself talking about the match. Triple H saying that you could do it all. That's what put you in the upper echelon. How do you feel about that?
I was a hell of a worker, man. I was good. I could do a lot of things inside the square circle and make people feel a certain way. In that match, man, with Rey Mysterio, that was one of the highlight moments in my career. The cap of winning the World Heavyweight Championship as King Booker. Man, what a match. I was talking to Ray about that about a year or so ago, and I was like, Ray, man, you got to go back. I said, man, I don't know if you remember that match. And he was like, man, I don't know. I don't really. He's like me. He doesn't watch a lot of the matches that he's been in. And I told him, man, just go back and watch it. And he went back and watched it, man. And he texted me and he goes, man, that was an awesome match book. And I was like, wow, because the chemistry with Ray that night was, man, it was second to none. It was an unbelievable time in the ring. And I remember that match step by step. I mean, moment by moment from the beginning, just like when I was talking, you're going to have a bad night tonight, Ray. Eddie's not going to be here to help you tonight, Ray. And I was just talking, I felt like Muhammad Ali, in a lot of ways, and then to actually go out and portray it in the middle of that ring, man, in the middle of that squared circle. Man, I always put that match a lot of times for my students when I'm doing film study, just so they can watch the artistry, the showmanship, Romeo and Juliet, Family of the Opera, this thing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful team. Hey, man, we got to take a break, man. Stick around, you're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Fellas, let's talk about confidence. The kind of confidence that counts when it's time to step up and deliver. And that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets designed to help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections. We're talking about getting in the game and staying in it.
And you know what they say, man. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And with Blue Chew, you can take these chewables anytime, day or night. So you're always good to go when the opportunity strikes. And the best part, the entire process is done online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy.
Ooh, yeah. And Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is, offering you a whole month for free. It's simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com and consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once approved, you'll receive your prescription delivered discreetly right to your door, made in the USA and ready to go when you are.
Now, Brad, let's get real. Does it work, man? They'll mistake you for a soldier at full salute. You'll be pitching a tent like a true Eagle Scout, man. Blue Chew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission, dog.
And listen, confidence is key, especially when you're all bricked up. There's nothing sexier than a man who's ready to go. And at BlueChew.com, they can help bring that energy when it matters most. Don't miss out on what could be the best night of your life. Make life easier by getting harder. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a deal just for our listeners. Try your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com, use the promo code Booker, and there's more details and important safety information. And as always, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast.
Oh, yeah, man. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all, man. That Blue Chew, man, get you some, dog. I just ordered me a new subscription here in the mail, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm talking about rock solid. Get you right, man. I'm just saying. For the brothers out there. Trying to make sure we get a renewal also here, guys.
I know, I feel that. Yeah. I like where you're going with it. For the brothers out there.
For the brothers, you know what I mean?
The 6'8" ball players, you know what I mean? Everybody in between.
We don't want no nothing.
Oh man. Look, Book, I'm a Maine, and it's okay to admit as a Maine when you're wrong sometimes.
Yeah. And
I thought the Diamond himself, Dracus du Plessis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Diamond Poirier.
DP, bang. I thought he was going to go out there, and I thought he was going to prove why he was the champion and why he was the king of that division, a guy who went out there against so many of the top competitors in that weight class. And you know what? Khamzat Chimaev, he outclassed him, and you were right. You were 100% right. He went out there and did it at UFC 319. He's the new champ. And Dana White not only said is he the new champ, he said he's the biggest star in the sport. Now, I think that's a little bit of an oversell.
Yeah.
But he's on his way.
Yeah, it definitely is an oversell. I mean, Chimaev went out there and did exactly what I said he was going to do. I said he was going to pretty much dominate that fight. I said it was probably going to go 5 rounds. just because Duplessis is a dog and he just wasn't going to quit. But I just felt like those two styles, it just did not favor Duplessis in any way, shape, or form. Duplessis is one of those fighters that's so unorthodox. He's kind of reckless a little bit. And a fighter like that, fighting a wrestler, a guy that can do jujitsu, I mean, a guy that can really handle himself on the mat, normally doesn't do very well, just because they'll run into something. And if you notice, Hamzat was shooting within the first 15 seconds. As soon as the bell rang and they come right back out to boom, he would shoot on him just because he knew he couldn't defend it. So I just had a feeling that Duplessis, he had a great great run. It wasn't a long run or anything like that.
It was not.
But it was a good little run. It was a good little run. Beating Adesanya was big. Definitely was big. But there again, Adesanya is not a wrestler. Adesanya couldn't compete from that perspective. And then at the end of the night, Adesanya was the one who got caught in the rear naked, who had to tap, you know what I mean, from a wrestling perspective. So Duplessis was even better than him, even on those grounds. But a guy like Chimaev, man, his gas tank, it seemed like it's unlimited. He don't mind getting hit in the face. He's just a pure fighter. He's just a pure fighter. And it's gonna be hard for anybody in the division. Anybody. He's gonna have to move to a different division. Anybody in this division, nobody's gonna be able to handle. Seriously, it's just that simple.
No, I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy. And I, not that I did doubt him. I didn't think he was gonna get past Duplessis, but I knew what he could bring inside that octagon.
You remember I said that this guy could beat. I think I said this just a couple of weeks ago. I said this guy could beat everybody in the division.
Yeah.
I say no one in the division could touch him. He just beat the champ. He just beat the champ, and he shut him out.
He did.
So for me, what about that co-main event?
Man, well, first off, before we even get to the co-main event,
yeah, Pico, we was talking about that. We
weren't talking about it. We were talking about how that isn't like a.
I didn't mean to cut you off or anything, but go ahead.
No, I mean, we were talking about how, what is that main event? But then they went out there and bang! That spinning back elbow, man. And they did it. They were spinning back elbows in the welterweight fight as well.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
And then MVP Michael Venom Page went out there and got a UFC win.
He got a victory. But Aaron Pico making his debut in the UFC. And that's what I say. Guys making their debut in the UFC is really. I really feel like the UFC need to do a little bit better as far as guys making their debuts in the UFC. I don't know what's the protocol or anything like that, or the modus operandi of throwing a guy like totally like in the deep water for the first fight in the UFC. It seemed like they have done this on many, many occasions when guys are coming from outside promotions, right? And making debuts inside the Octagon. Seem like it's like a guy coming from WCW. We finna wreck his ass up quick and get him up out of here. Do it seem like it's that feel to you?
Always. You can't tell me one guy who came into the UFC from another promotion, not just Bellator, from anywhere, from K1.
Well, one guy as of late, Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel had pretty much an easy little ride coming into the UFC.
Okay, granted, but even if you go back to a guy like, look, go back to Brock. Brock got Frank Mir in his first fight, right? CM Punk got Mickey Gall, a guy who's way more advanced than him at that stage in his career. And then anybody, Michael Chandler, Ben Askren, everybody gets thrown. Michael Venom Page, everyone gets kind of thrown to the wolves.
I want to say a prayer go out to Ben Askren.
Yeah, man.
What he's going through right now. Having to have, double kidney surgery.
Was it kidney? I think it was lung, wasn't it?
Was it lung?
Maybe you're right.
But for this dude, man, I just want to say a prayer for him, and I appreciate what Jake Paul did for him as well, as far as helping pay some of his medical bills and whatnot. But I didn't want to get off on too far on another note, but I just want to say prayers up for Ben Askren, big time.
Yeah. Funky Ben Askren, who was undefeated during his MMA career until he had that loss to Jorge Masvidal in the UFC. But yeah, he in June had a double lung transplant. He was hospitalized with severe pneumonia linked to a staph infection. I mean, he was in the hospital for 59 days. He was on a ventilator. He lost 50 pounds while he was there. I mean, in really, really rough shape. And so we're glad that he was able to get out there. But think about that, a double lung transplant.
God bless him, man. Seriously. I mean, you don't wish that on nobody. Seriously. Yeah.
No, but when you go back to what we were discussing, yes, the UFC, they do not give anybody a break. They give no break. No, it's like what they're like?
No discretion.
You know what they're like? They're like Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah, man. It's crazy.
That's how they treat those guys. But you know what? I mean, I guess the idea is, hey, this is the UFC. You sink or swim. There's no free rides here. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as an easy fight.
Yeah, I feel that way. And you spoke about Venom Page.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for this dude to have a huge downfall, but Venom's good, man. He's good. He's not the best wrestler in the world or anything like that, but he can defend well. That's one thing about Venom Page, and I think he's done okay in his Octagon career. But there again, that's another guy, Venom Page. As soon as he came in, they threw him to the wolves as well, man. So, no, man, it just seems like it's just part of the protocol, I guess. But I think the UFC definitely needs to do a little better as far as that goes.
Yeah. Also, in the post-fight presser, I did want to bring this up. A lot of questions for Dana about a variety of subjects. I feel like he's going to get asked about the White House card every time he does any interview until it happens. And then probably after it happens. The White House card is the new sphere. What's going to be on the sphere? The sphere. That's all the media wanted to talk about. Now they want to talk about the White House fight. But one guy said, what are the odds you would give John Jones actually appearing on that card? And Dana said, I'll set the line at 1,000,000,000 to 1. So it doesn't sound like there's anything John can do in the next 10 months to change Dana's mind about that. So no John Jones at the White House.
You know what, man? That could be all talk. That could be all talk. I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's some dollars to be made with John Jones being, part of that card, he's gonna be there. One thing about John Jones, he's always been very, very controversial, right? Right. Yeah. So has Trump. Trump has been very, very controversial. So has Dana White. Right. True. Right. So why wouldn't John Jones somehow find his way on that card if it's good for business? If it's good for business,
and if you could trust him to show up,
that's the thing. That's the one thing that we can he keep his nose clean for this next year? That's the question. Then we'll be rounding back to this situation all over again. All right, let's talk about it. Hey guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey y'all, Booker T here alongside with my main man Brad Gilmore, and today we're talking about something that could really change the game when it comes to how you get paid.
That's right, Booker, because let's face it, life doesn't just happen every 2 weeks. So why wait for a payday? With EarnIn, the money you've earned already can be in your hands today.
EarnIn is this incredible app that lets you access your pay as you earn it. We're talking about up to $100 per day and up to $750 each pay period.
All you got to do is download the EarnIn app, verify your paycheck, and boom, you can access up to $100 a day as you work. And the cool part, you just leave an optional tip, and any money you access plus the tip gets repaid when your next paycheck rolls in.
Brad, I'm always talking about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Imagine having that extra cash for that surprise date night, or maybe when you have to take the furry little friend to the vet unexpectedly.
Absolutely, Booker. Or even those times when you need to grab a last minute gift, or maybe you're a little short on rent, or hey, even you might want to pick up some new gear for yourself or your kids or your lady.
Folks, make Earn In part of your financial playbook. Join over 3.5 million customers who are finding financial stability and peace of mind thanks to Earn In.
So don't wait around for a payday. Get your money when you need it and take control of your finances. Download Earn In today and experience what it's like to access pay on your terms.
Get started with Earn In now and join the millions who are getting their pay their way. It's time to earn in, not just earn. Check it out, man. Oh, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I guess some news going on in the world of sports and entertainment, right? What's going on?
Yeah. A few things that have been popping up here. But I don't know if you got to see any of Triple Mania over the weekend, but I've watched more AAA in this last year than I ever have, and I think it's after WWE took over. You know, it's more accessible to me. It's on the YouTube channel, so I can tap in and see it. Omos was at AAA. It looks like
when did that air?
That was on Saturday.
Saturday at what time?
Early afternoon.
Okay, that's why I was at the seminar.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But you know what? It was a fun card. And the thing is, I didn't catch the full thing, but what's cool is a lot of WWE names are on there. You know, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano. Roxanne Perez had an appearance along with the rest of the Judgment Day. Lola Vice, of course, was there.
Spicy
Vicey, baby.
Spicy meatball.
Natty Neidhart was in there, as well as Omos was in a gauntlet match. He eliminated La Parca for the victory. La Parca's still out there doing it. But you know, it's fun to see these matches, and to me, you know, I saw that what's his name? Triple H was there, Shawn Michaels was there, The Undertaker was there. They put 20,000 people in the arena, which is, I think, the
people, baby. That right there deserves a shuggy duggy quack quack.
But what's crazy is they put 20,000 people in that building, and on the same night, CMLL ran, and they put 5,000 people in another building. I mean, that to me, this is their big. They being AAA, this is the big show they have of the year. This Triple Mania. To me, it's kind of reminiscent of what's going on here in the States. Of just wrestling is so popular right now. It's so popular. You're getting sellouts everywhere.
You know, never thought I'd see this. You know what? WWE actually owns AAA.
It's so crazy.
All right, is New Japan next? I mean,
I'm sure.
I'm serious. I'm like, well, what's next? You know what I mean? This thing is truly becoming a global, you know, juggernaut as far as this wrestling business going now with AAA doing business like that. I'm sure they was doing very, very well before, but I'm sure with the machine behind them, you know, everything is going to be a whole lot brighter, a whole lot bigger, and a whole lot better, and a whole lot more money is going to be made. And put in people's pockets. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But to be able to create some cool shows to do and have guys that aren't highlighted as much on the SmackDown or, you know, the Raw, they can be highlighted, you know, on AAA now.
AAA, or, you know, just more dates for certain talent to work in, even in NXT. Lola Vice getting a lot of screen time.
I love it, man. I love it. It's great
in AAA. Now, two things. One, you spent time down in Mexico for a little bit, right?
Loved it, baby. I loved it. You know what I mean? The money was good, plentiful, and the matches. I always say, before I came back to WWE, I was down in Mexico doing some work, and the way they structured the matches down there and the way they do everything, I was like, man, I think I could do this for another 10 years. You know, I think
because it's way different than the American style.
It's so much more different than what the American style of wrestling is, and man, you just get you get so much more time to just, you know, relax and have fun, and the fans they love, you know, what the lucha style of wrestling brings to the table as well. So I was like, man, I think I could, and then I got a call to come back to work.
Were you working an independent down there, or what company were you working with?
It was an independent company, man. I can't think of the name of it right now because got to realize it was like in 2010. You know, my
Right.
brain's a little foggy. You know, I only worked there, you know, like, I don't know, maybe, you know, 6 or 7 shots. But I was getting ready to start working on a regular basis before I came back to WWE. But I can't remember the name of it. But I tell you what, the envelope,
Nice.
the envelope.
It's plentiful.
Look here, I don't want to even talk too loud.
Let me ask you, and because I don't want to start an international incident, but did you enjoy working in Mexico more or Puerto Rico more?
I like both. Both of them actually, you know, people talk about how dangerous it is down in Mexico, and it's very, very dangerous. You know,
Certain parts, yeah.
much more than it is in Puerto Rico, but it's very, very dangerous in Puerto Rico as well. But I had certain people taking care of me when I was in Mexico, and it felt, and I felt like I was at home in a lot of ways, you know. And then in Puerto Rico, same thing. I had people, you know, looking out for me, and you know, I went out to the club, you know, and you know, felt it, you know, the salsa, you know what I mean? I felt like Tony Montana, you know what I mean, a little bit. But I'm serious, man, because the chicas, man, all over the place, man, just all over. But
yeah.
I had a great time in both places.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know, I hear like those stories, not so much in Mexico. I hear it more in Puerto Rico that, you know, the people didn't take too kindly to the heels, right? That's what I always would hear. And they would, I don't know if it's probably not during your time, but probably before that, they would like heat up pennies and like drop them on people as they were coming through the thing, and they throw piss balloons.
I never got that treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, I never got that treatment. Normally, I think when I went to Puerto Rico, I think I went for Carlos Colon.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So over there. Yeah, over there, everything was, you know, pretty copacetic. You know what I mean? They had everything pretty much under control. They had security and everything. So, no, and in Mexico, like I say, I had a great time. You know, I never had any problems, you know, on any of those tours, you know, outside the stadium or anything like that, or inside the stadium as well.
Yeah, the thing about some of these international,
quite lucky, I must say.
Quite lucky. Yeah, you were on the lucky end of it. But you know, it's just so interesting for WWE to be in business with AAA and to have that outlet, have NXT going strong. There's even that rumor that came out not only about the media rights deals for TNA, but I read a rumor online that maybe your inside source could either confirm or deny the veracity of this claim that WWE has, if TNA were to ever be sold, WWE has first right of refusal to buy TNA if they want it. Did you read that?
I did read that. I did. I don't have any insider information because I haven't checked on it or anything like that. But I could see something like that being, you know, available for WWE just because of all the work that they're doing together right now. You know, I don't see TNA being sold anytime soon because I think they got a really, really good thing going. You know, I think I think it only can get better for TNA right now. It's a huge upside for TNA to still be in business, and whoever's running it is going to be making a lot of money. Now, can WWE, you know, just put a well, not WWE, but TKO and Endeavor, can they write a huge check for somebody to just say, "Hey, man, let us run this thing," and you know, hey, take this with you. And somebody look at that check and they go, "Oh man, I appreciate it. Let's rock on that," because they got deep pockets, man. They got deep pockets, you know, and money talks. Bull crap walks. That's just the name of the game. So I can see something like that happening. Either or, seriously.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if WWE one day owned TNA, but I think TNA is doing great on their own right now. I love the collaboration with NXT.
You know what? You know, I do like you know, what they're doing, like with AAA. I do like the collaboration that they're doing with TNA, and I would imagine if they was to buy TNA, they would keep it in existence. And I just wish they would have had that same thing around the early 2000s, that same mindset, you know, around the early 2000s when WCW came along. But you know, I understand it in so many different ways too. Why, you say, I'm not going to get in that bed because there was so much money involved with those contracts with WCW and Time Warner. It's a lot of, but I just wish, man, WCW could still be around like that.
It'd be cool if, but you know what? Look, we're living in like a pro wrestling Elseworld right now. Like those comic books where they go down like an alternate timeline. It feels like we're living in an alternate timeline in some way. WWE owning AAA, NXT, TNA going on, everything that's happening with Netflix and this deal and that deal. Who's to say WCW doesn't come back? Like honestly, who's to say they don't start WCW Nitro on Disney Plus?
Man,
on ESPN direct to consumer.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? You know what? Never say never.
Who's to say it won't happen? They brought ECW back, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say it won't happen?
Yeah, you know what? I would love to see something like that. And
that'd be awesome.
You're right on that. Never say never, but right now with the way they're making money moves, anything can happen. Always expect the unexpected. Yeah, it's pro wrestling, brother. The cream of the crop. Yeah, baby. Hey, we got to take a break, man. Stick around. You're the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got something for you guys, man. Look, when I was a kid, man, cereal was my jam. But now, since I'm a grown man, I'm looking for something that gives me more than just a sugar rush and carbs, man. That's when I found Magic Spoon. Look, it's a cereal that gives you the taste of your childhood favorites, but without sugar and packed with tons of protein.
And if you're already a fan of Magic Spoon, then you need to listen up to this because I've got some big news. Magic Spoon has taken that amazing cereal that we all love and turned it into high-protein treats. These new treats are light, they're crispy, and they become my go-to snack, especially before or even after the gym.
Yeah, man, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carb. That fruity and cocoa flavor are the classic ones, but there's a whole lot more to try, man.
And those new treats, they've got 12 grams of protein and come in flavors like marshmallow and chocolatey peanut butter. Perfect when you're on the go or you need a quick snack to fuel up before that workout.
Yeah, man, I keep a box in my gym bag, but it's a great late night snack as well. Those treats have that crispy texture, great taste, and the macros that make you feel good about eating them.
So Magic Spoon's bringing back those nostalgic flavors, but without all the stuff that we don't want. So if you want to try it for yourself and get $5 off your next order, go to magicspoon.com/HOF. That's magicspoon.com/HOF. Or you can even find it on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store.
That's magicspoon.com/HOF for $5 off. Magic Spoon, hold on to the dream. Oh, yes, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We get close to wrapping this thing up. I know we got some super chats, Brad, but I know you probably got somewhere you want to go with. What's up?
Well, yeah, before I get to the super chats, let me just ask, or say, I'm still on the fence on what's going on with Karrion Kross. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he was on Ariel Helwani's show and swore up and down this is not a work, that he came to him as a surprise, that he got a contract offered to him but had 24 hours to accept or reject. And he said he had some more questions and Scarlett didn't get offered a deal. There was a lot. This is everything that he was saying. Now, again, he has a book out, and this is on his book tour. I just have questions. You know what I mean? I just have questions. I'm not sure. And you know who else he referenced? He said? He said one sentence that made me go, They were talking about the business or whatever, and he said, I'm a big Brian Pillman mark. He said that at one point. And we remember Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman was a worker of workers, man. He worked himself into a shoot to get himself out of a contract to get into another contract, right? Yeah. Mr. Booker, man, we remember this angle. Yeah. I don't know, but let me ask you just in general. If Karrion Kross is indeed a free agent, doesn't it make sense for he and WWE to be able to work this out? I still see money in this guy.
Maybe it's one of those cases where they want Karrion Kross to go build himself like a lot of other guys, you know what I mean? Like a Drew McIntyre. Drew's in the same position where he was highly touted. He's a guy that you never thought would be, on the cutting block, and boom, he gets released.
Yeah.
Right? Jinder Mahal, you know what I mean? Another guy, so I just think this may, Cody Rhodes left I think this may be one of the cases, of, Karrion Kross having to go out there and, do something, make a name for yourself, make yourself marketable. Give us a reason to pay you some big money, one of those situations. One thing with Karrion Kross is, if you WWE, they don't. Let me tell you this: WWE normally don't pay guys if they're not working.
Right.
That's not their MO.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not working, they let your ass go.
Right.
I'm serious, and Karrion Kross hadn't done a whole lot of work since he's been there at all. And normally, if this is a work, hey man, unreal. Here it is. There it is. Let's rock with it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Karrion Kross. I'd like to know what the chat thinks and if they think that this is a work or, are we going to see Karrion Kross? I don't know, Book, for lack of a better term. Are we going to see him,
Here come the bounce back.
We're going to see him bounce back. We're going to see. We're going to see. Hopefully he's just not.
Sometimes I'm an act bizarre.
Acting bizarre. That's never going to.
It's a bizarre situation, though.
It's a bizarre situation. That's what we need to start saying. It's a bizarre situation.
It is.
Why do you have to hit it so hard, though? Why do you have to hit bizarre so hard?
Bro, that's Will, dog. That's
real hard.
Yeah, Will is a Hall of Famer.
Yes, of course.
Right or wrong?
100%.
He's a Hall of Famer.
100%.
All right. So why you beefing on Will?
I like Will. I'm a Will fan. I've rooted for this man my whole life. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Sometimes he act bizarre.
I'm the rapper. He's the DJ. I love all that stuff.
Boy,
I even love the Willennium album. You know what I mean? Lost and Found. Yeah. I know my Will Smith, but this.
Sometimes I'm an act bizarre.
He hit that bizarre too hard, man.
New stuff, bro. Is he working on some new stuff?
He's got a new album out.
These young kids, man, they like to hear different these days. You got Lil Yachty. You know what I mean? You got a little baby. You got all these little son of a guns running around, and you got to keep up with them.
All I know is sometimes you bite off more than you can chew, and then you chew it. That's what Will. That's my lesson from Will Smith. Marcus Craig says, Book, they might screw you again this season, referring to LFG.
Dog.
When
you got your wife, you know what I mean? Who you gonna bring next? Your kids, the aunt, the uncle, mom, pop, you know what I mean? You might just well make it a little reality show around the fam. That's the way I see it.
It's where it's trending toward. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how it's trending right now.
Come on. You see how Taker and his lovely wife are all lovey-dovey sitting there, man. Come on. It's not a whole lot of room for that. We're trying to do business. I'm just being honest.
What are they? They're doing what? They're being what? They're being lovey-dovey? Is that what you said?
Lovey-dovey, yeah.
Lovey-dovey, buddy.
All cozy and, lovey-dovey and, smiling all the time. Nobody got time for that, man. Nobody got time for that.
Nobody's got time for that. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Everybody that's watching the show, they know.
They know.
Everybody watching the show, they know.
Real ones know.
Yeah.
Real ones know. We already know what time it is.
Yes.
We'll see what happens as we go further. Jake from the Windy City says, happy Monday booking, brah. Thank you. What charitable causes are near and dear to both of you? Do you have you have a foundation for underprivileged youth, right?
Booker T Fights for Kids.
Yeah. So would you say?
Yeah.
And the homeless. You're big on the homeless too, right?
Huge on the homeless, and it's trying to solve that problem, and it just wish I could get a little help to actually be able to accomplish that mission. But it's definitely a mission task. It's going to take more than just myself to get that done. Every time I go out to LA, man, that's the one thing that really throws me into a tailspin is seeing how many people are struggling out there. How many people are just trying to survive from one day to the next, trying to keep a meal, a hot, warm meal on the table. It's amazing. And I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had a place in my heart for people like that. I cannot pass by this some lady on the corner, and I cannot not go in my pocket and give them some money. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things. I just want to see people make it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And homeless and underprivileged youth. I'm also big on wildlife, protecting the pets, ASPCA stuff, and of course the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. I donate to a lot. My grandmother succumbed to Parkinson's, so it's a cause that's near and dear to me for sure. D'Angelo Brown says, "Did you guys watch the Hogan special on TMZ?" I did not. I saw a clip of Vince on it, but I didn't watch the special. Did you see anything from it?
I just saw the clip from Vince as well. I didn't see the special or anything like that. I was busy. I was running around, but Hogan. A lot of people love Hogan, man. Hogan did a lot for the business. No matter what people say, I mean, that's one thing that they'll never be able to take away from him as far as what he did for the business, and we would pay tribute to that. Is I think it's cause for that. Hopefully, they'll be paying tribute to me one day.
Yeah. And look, obviously Hogan, we've talked a lot about him, and Vince on the special was interesting that he popped up there. Looked a little bit like Cruella DeVille. You saw his hair, how it was going. It was like graying right here.
Yeah. Come on, bro. That's hair color.
I know, but I'm like, touch your roots up, my guy, before you do a spot.
He's looking for that look. That's that boss look, man. That's that boss. That's that villain look.
Bro, that's a villain look. That's
you know what I mean? He break
like an 80s villain.
Yeah, I'm serious, man. One of those movies, you don't want to mess with that dude. You don't want to mess with him.
He's like a Bond villain. You know how like the Bond villains, they always had that one distinguishing characteristic.
Got rid of the mustache.
Thank the Lord. You know what I mean? So that was a swing and a miss, Vince. No disrespect, but that was a swing and a miss.
Look here, it's 2025. You got to mix it up.
Yeah, now he's got the Cruella DeVille going on. I feel you. Jack Frost says, "One love, Ro. Please start paying artists for your thumbnails / posters. AI isn't a good look for the channel." Hey, look, man. We got to do what we got to do.
Look, man. Come on, dog.
Come on, bro.
Don't be so critical about everything.
Come on, bro.
That's the little stuff. All right.
That's little.
Come on,
man. Callie Turner, Triple Mania was damn good. Again, the women did it for me. Yeah, well, yeah. Even though she lost, Natty got something. I love she was so aggressive. I hope she maintains it. She did the Natty Neidhart character that we saw at Reality Wrestling against Promise Braxton.
No, I'm glad to see Natty actually get a chance to go out there and do that, because this is something she's been pushing for this for over a year, to go out there and do something different. And this independent run that she's been on has been a hell of a deal for her to actually still be able to be in the company. And
for sure,
it's amazing. What Natty's doing right now is spreading the love. That's what she's doing. She's going out there giving so much love to so many talent out there, such as a Promise Braxton. I can't do nothing but say I appreciate Natty Neidhart. I'm not going to even say Natalia. I'm going to say Natty. Yeah,
Natty Neidhart, baby. Yeah. Our final super chat of the day comes from D'Angelo Brown. What's the difference of Cross coming back without Scarlett? Rusev came back without Lana. Do you guys think Jericho's coming back to WWE when his contract expires in December? He said he's open to it.
People talking about it. People talking about Jericho coming back. Does Jericho fit into WWE right now? What do you think? That's a good question.
Yeah. Right? I mean, look, to me, it's like Chris Jericho, it's like Edge or Christian. They'll always fit in.
He's an original, I guess.
He's an OG.
He's an OG.
You know what I mean?
I guess I could definitely see Chris Jericho coming back. But why
could Cross come back without Scarlett? I like them as a pair, and Scarlett's money to me, man.
You know what? Yeah. They are good as a pair. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I really think Karrion Kross could get over if he's capable of getting over. And that is all gonna be Scarlett's not going to get him over. That's my point.
I see what you're saying.
Scarlett is not going to be the linchpin, the catalyst to get Karrion Kross over. If that dude is going to get over, he's going to go out there and do it, damn it, on his own. That's just me. And if he didn't sign the contract just because Scarlett didn't get hers,
I don't think that's the only reason.
No.
I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying That could have been a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Because me personally, I've been begging for Karrion Kross to go out there and show me something in the middle of that. How many times have I said it? Say this guy. I said I want him to show me something.
Yeah.
And the only way he's going to show it to me is going to be in a match with somebody. And the thing is, only way you're going to get a match is you get an opportunity. And have the guy gotten the opportunities as of late? No, he hasn't. Why? That's the question. We'll talk about that on the next Hall of Fame. But right now,
we will. But I'm a big Scarlett fan, respectfully.
I'm a huge Scarlett fan. I mean,
respectfully.
Put the title on it. Hey, guys.
Straight to the moon, baby.
I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Give your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. I'm on my way to Philly. I'm feeling good. Brad, I want to thank you for heavy lifting, man. I appreciate you. And until next time, peace. We love you. We out.